did you get some Amazon gift cards for Christmas, or maybe a new Cricut and you wanted to buy some vinyl to work on with it? Today we're going to be doing an unboxing of some Oracal 651 vinyl that I bought off of Amazon. This video is not sponsored at all. I just wanted to see kind of what the best options were. This is the Oracal 651 glossy vinyl. It's a 24 pack of the top colors. They are the 12 by 12 sheets. So we've got the package. On the back it says that it's the Oracal 651. 651 for Oracal means it is a permanent adhesive vinyl. So you can use it on tumblers and cars and things like that. So we're gonna go ahead, open it up and see what we've got. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we've got all 24 sheets here. It's a good start. One of the things I did notice right off is the edges where it's been cut. It is definitely a rough cut. So we're just gonna start by measuring one of them. And that one is just over the 12 inches. And let's see here. This one is just over 12 inches as well. So as long as, but you know what? That one actually does seem to be a little bit bigger. So let's measure one of these other ones just for a second point. We're actually gonna move those out of the way so I can see this a little more clearly. So this one is just barely under 12 inches. And on this one, it is right at 12 inches. You can't cut edge to edge anyway, and that is close enough that it's within the cutting area of the Cricut. So let's go ahead and talk about what colors we've got and why some of them don't actually look glossy. So we've got kind of a Kelly green and a dark green, kind of a darker orange and more of like a safety orange. We have a glossy black, which I'm going to set over there for just a minute, a glossy white, and then kind of a teal, a mint, a dark purple, a light purple, a dark pink, a light pink. We're actually going to get back to those. We've got silver, gold, a dark blue, kind of like a bright, like primary blue, a kind of a dark yellowy gold, kind of an orangey yellow, a bright yellow, a bright green, like a burgundy, and a brown. On the black and white, you'll see that these ones are glossy and these ones are matte. On most Oracal vinyl, that would mean that the matte ones are 631. But if you look on the back, it does have the 651. Oracal does matte permanent vinyl in the black and the white. Other than that, permanent vinyl from Oracal will be glossy. So they give you the matte and the glossy. So one of the things I've noticed is there's no like primary red. There's the burgundy, we've got like a primary color blue, a primary yellow, no primary red. We do have a nice green, a nice purple, a nice orange, so I'm really not sure why red wasn't included. So that is the first impressions on unboxing. What I am gonna do, and I'm going to make sure I speed it way up for you, I'm gonna go through and cut a design on all of these just to see if some weed better than others or if I run into any weird issues. I decided I did not want to try and just load up 24 mats, and I wanted to just have to load it as few times as possible. So I went in and found out how many I could fit on a mat and where I needed to place my pieces of vinyl. So you'll see here on my light grip mat, I have the squares that show me where I need to place the sections of the vinyl that I'm going to cut. So I'm going to cut a small square that's about that size out of each of them, and then put them on the mat and let it do its thing. Alright, so I finished cutting out my squares. One of the things I noticed is that some of the pieces are 12 by 12, some of them are a little bit longer both directions, which if you are trying to cut it on a paper trimmer and just straight cut all the way across, that is difficult because you're not going to get a clean cut. But let's go ahead and put these on our mats and then get them cutting and see how they go. So I have my first set lightly placed. I am going to use the brayer just to make sure they're all really firmly adhered. If your mat's not sticky enough, that can cause cuts that aren't very clean. So we're going to go ahead and start this one and work on getting the other one set up. Alright, so we've got them all weeded. One of the things that I did notice as I was laying it out, on the glossy black one, there's this bumpy ridging, and so you've got to keep that in mind. You want to make sure you're not catching it on things and that it's within the area that you're not going to be cutting. Overall, they weeded nicely. There were a few that, I had a little bit of trouble with. It was one of the orange ones. I had to replace a piece that had come up. I did cut them all on the exact same setting. So for today, we're going to do just one more quick test. I'm going to choose 3 of them and put one on each of these, see how well they apply. I think I'm going to do silver on the blue, and then I think this green, and let's do the blue as well. So we'll get the rest of these cleaned up. I am going to take the stars off because I don't want them on it as well. Alright. I am going to try 2 different brands of transfer tape. This is the Siser transfer tape. Make sure I'm making it the right size. I do like the grid on this one, so it's easy to tell if you are getting the right size. And it also will allow me to see when it's lined up, helping me to place it level. Alright, so I took it off the backing. I'm gonna just place it on there. Burnish it, which is just rubbing it to get it to stick to the transfer tape. To make it so it's easier for the adhesive to stick, I am going to take just some rubbing alcohol that I put in a little spray bottle on a blue, it's a Scotch blue shop towel. The rubbing alcohol will evaporate really quickly, but it helps get rid of any grease or fingerprints or dirt that's on there. And the nice thing about like the shop towels, or you could use coffee filters, is that they are lint free, so they won't be leaving stuff behind after you clean up other stuff. So I am going to get this placed. So I'm going to pull my backing off, and then there we go. I'm going to burnish it down again. And then I'm going to remove the transfer tape. Alright, so there's one. We're going to try it on the green as well. This one I'm not going to burnish as much, just to see how well it works. It came off nicely, which is always a good sign. And I'm actually going to slide this one down a bit so that center hole is not in the very middle. So I'm going to go like that. A little bit. And that came off really nicely. I'm really happy with that. Okay, now I'm going to just stick this on some backing for right now in case I need to use it again. This one is a medium tack transfer tape that is sold by the roll. And I've been cutting mine in all sorts of weird positions so it doesn't want to start as nicely. All right. So I'm going to put it down this direction, burnish it, and then I actually have something stuck on my scissors, so I don't want to cut very cleanly. There we go. All right. So that, once again, backing came off beautifully. It didn't try and stick or anything. And then same thing, just working on positioning it, burnishing it, and oh, that little piece did pull a little harder and tore it in the center there just a tiny bit. Not enough that most people would notice. So we did get all of these applied, and We'll have to see how well they hold up to wear and tear, but overall I am really happy with how these worked. All right, so just as a reminder, this is the Oracal 651 glossy vinyl. It's the 24 pack of the top colors in 12 by 12 sheets. This was the one I ordered just to test out for myself off of Amazon. When I bought it in December, it was just under $19. Now in January, it's at $21, which breaks down to about 88 cents a sheet, which is less than if you were to buy it by the sheet. So this is a durable outdoor rated vinyl. It is a permanent adhesive, which means, well, it can come off, it's not going to come off easily. I like the quality of it. I liked that even with the designs I was doing, I didn't have too much trouble with cutting it or weeding it. And the 3 that I did apply, they worked really well. 2 things that might be a deal breaker for you are whether you prefer glossy or matte vinyl. If you like matte vinyl, Oracal can only do permanent vinyl in black and white. The other Oracal adhesive vinyl that is matte is the 631, which is the removable vinyl. And if you're looking for specific colors, then this multi-pack doesn't give you that option. You don't get to choose which colors. The one that stood out the most to me was that the fact there was no like bright red. But if you're just trying to practice, or you don't need specific colors for things, or if it has most of the colors you want, this is a great choice. So if you've got a $25 Amazon gift card that you are looking to spend on craft supplies, I wholeheartedly recommend using this. This isn't sponsored. There is a link in the description below, and the Amazon links are affiliate links. So if you do purchase, I will receive a small commission at no additional cost to you, but it helps me to continue producing videos. If you have any other things you want me to test out about this vinyl or other things in general, please go ahead and let me know in the comments. And until next time, bye.